Alright guys, so in the last video we created our own custom login page still using Clerk's API, and in this video we are going to be adding the forget password feature so that a user can quickly change their password if they choose to, and everything is still going to be custom, but we'll still be using Clerk's API. And in case if you don't watch that video, I will urge you to watch that one in order for you to get a better context of what we'll be doing in this video. The link to the video will be showing right now in the cards. Alright, so in the last video I didn't reference the docs because if you notice, if I go back to VS Code, you can see that the sign in and the sign up page are mostly similar, so that's why I didn't bother referencing it. But in this video I'll be referencing it, so the link to the docs will be in the description. So if we, let me go back to the tab where I saw that. Yeah, so it's under account updates. You see forget password, and there are also other features you can test out yourself. So in order for us to add the forget password, here's like a guide for us to do just that. So quickly we can see that the password reset flow works as follows. So the users can have an email address, in our case, which we already have, or a phone number, or both. Then the user enters their email address or phone number and asks for a password reset code. We're going to create the page in a minute, because if I click on it right now, it's going to take me to a 404 page, but we're creating it in a minute. Okay, so the next step is that Clerk sends an email or an SMS to the user containing a code, so an OTP code, sort of a 6-digit code. Then the user enters the code and a new password. Then Clerk verifies the code, and if everything goes smoothly, Clerk updates the user password and signs them in automatically. So basically these are the 4 steps that are necessary in creating a forget password feature. So the guide now has 2 scenarios. So the first one is the email address, which we'll be focusing on. You can test this one for yourself, but basically I don't think there will be much difference between both of them. So for this, what we just need to do is to copy this right here. Now go to VS Code, and in my app directory here I will create it and paste it and say /page.tsx. Then I will copy this right here and paste in the code like so. We are going to be making a lot of changes to this because we won't be using everything they give to us here. So first of all, let me get rid of this React right here. We don't need that. And for this, I can call this let me just say const, just say page, just to make it easier. Or you can do forget page if you choose to. Okay, so let me get rid of this one as well. So we need an email, we need a state to store the email, the password, the code, the successful creation, and right here they're adding a second factor authentication. So basically if you have 2-factor authentication enabled, you should be able to pass through that process, but in our case we won't be needing it. So I will get rid of it here and look for where it's being referenced. So for this part I will just say like so, get rid of it like so. Then what else? Yeah, so get rid of it here. I think, is there anywhere else? Okay, then for this use Clerk, we won't be using it as well. I didn't know why they added it there. All right, so this error state is to keep track of the error, and of course router is to navigate us or push us to the home page if everything is successful, or if the user is already signed in, it's going to push the user to the home page right here. Then we'll have this it's signed in hook and other hooks as well. So we'll leave this as is. Then for this part we'll still leave it as it is as well. We won't be making any much changes to this part. The only thing we might likely do is just to add a loading state. So we can just say, let me just come here and say loading, or just say is loading, and set is loading, like so. This will be a use state, empty string. So right here, you can say set is loading to true, like so. Then what am I getting? Okay, this should not be string, this should be a boolean. Sorry about that. So this should be false, and once we click on whatever button, the loading state should kick off. Then for this part, if everything is successful, we can just say toast dot success. I'll say reset code. I think I could have accepted this from Codium. So reset code sent to your email. Else, let's just leave this error as it is right here. And for this part, I don't think we also need to do much change to this part as well. We just leave it as it is. The only thing we will just do is still using the toast message for I think it's under, let's just say under the set active. So just put it like so. Then we'll say password reset successfully. And for some reason, I think we should just put this one like so. Then for this set active, so basically just logging out the current tags and just stopping it right here. But what I will do is I will you know what, let me just rewrite this again, so it's better we do it ourselves. So the set active function will just say session should be the result, whatever the result is, dot create session ID. So we want to create a session ID if the user is logged in. Then set the error to empty as well. Then lastly, let's just push the user. So say router push user back to the home page. All right, cool. So we can come back, and our UI is still not going to change. If I go to forget password, okay, so forget password is wrong because what are we doing wrong? So sorry guys, so I added .tsx to the folder, so it's supposed to just be forget password as is, like so. And I don't know why I didn't see this mistake. So right now we can see that it's showing like so. All right, cool, but the UI is kind of ugly, so I want to make it much better. So for the styling, what I will do is I will right here just leave this as a code fragment. Then I'll use the card component from shardcn. So like so, then I'll give this a class name of max width of large, and mx will be auto, margin top will be 20. And inside we'll have the card header, and we'll also have the card title as well. For the title, we just say I think I should just be copying and pasting all this. So for this, copy this and paste it here, and underneath it we'll have the description. So say card description as well. So for the card description, we'll just say something like enter your email address to receive a password reset code. So something like this. Then underneath everything we'll have the card content. So this is where the content will be, which is this form. So we just cut this form like so and put it inside. and save. Then basically we'll leave most of it, but before the successful creation right here, so before this, I'm going to create a new div and put both of them, so both of them, squish them inside. Then this we have a class of flex 1 or flex cool and a gap 4. Cool. Then I think let's save and see what we have. Okay, it's coming together now. Then for the label, I think we'll use the label from shard.cn. I think we already have that installed. Same for the input as well. Yeah, for the label, this will be, we just change this to email. Then for the input rather, the ID will be for email, type is email, we'll leave the placeholder as it is. Then we just make it required. So we'll save. And for this button, we will make it shard.cn button as well. So import it and give this a type of submit. Then we'll disable it once the loading state is true. So this should be is loading like so. So we can say if it's loading, so it's loading, then we'll say sending, whatever you want to use here. Else we can say send reset code. So if I go back now, you see the button right here. But if I click it, we obviously need to enter our email first. Cool. Then for the successful creation part, so if it has been successfully created, I'll change this to label. So, and this one will be, you just say new password. Then this will be input as well. And we'll make this guy required. ID as well will be password. So we'll do the same for this. So we say label, label should be input, like so, with an ID of, we just use text. Or if you want to still make it relatable, we're going to use code. Okay, so for this part, we can just say, don't like this long message right here. So we can just say reset code, like so. Then we can add a placeholder if we choose to. This one can be any 6-digit value. So we can say 547689, like so. All right, cool. Then for the button, you know what? I will copy this guy and repeat the same thing here as well. Then this one will be resetting, and this will be reset password, like so. Then for the error state, I just took note of that. We can decide to use one error, or instead I will just add some styling to this one. So if there's an error, I'll put this inside the div, and for the styling, we say rounded should be medium, give it background red of 50, then add a little padding around. Then this guy will be inside the p tag, like so. Passing the error, and for the styling, so the text will be small for this one. Then for the color, we say text red 500. So I'll save, and if we go back, we're not going to see it obviously, and I will quickly copy this and replace it with this one right here. So if we go down, can just say add another div right here. So let me do that again. Then this will have a class of margin, top of 4, text will be center, then the text will be small. Then for the text, I think I will just accept this, but I can just get rid of this beta because I don't think we need it. We just leave it like so. Then we import the link from next link. For the class name, we just say underline, not over, underline, add an underline, offset of 4. Then on hover, we set the text to primary. Sorry for the banking, guys. So save. So we can go back now and you'll see it right here. So this is going to take us to the sign-in page. I think that's what we called it. So sign in, but you can use anything you want to use here. All right, so if we test it out now, I can enter my email. So my email was this one. So click on send, reset password. You can see that reset code sent to your email. So let me look for that. Reset code sent to your email. So it was this first one right here. So by the time we change our password, we should get this one, hopefully. So I'll put in my new password. All right, so I'll quickly open my mail. All right, so you can see that the reset password code was sent to me. So I'll copy it like so, and I will paste it right here. And this should stop. I don't know how I'm getting this behavior. This should stop though. So I guess during the whole creating process, we need to stop it from moving on. So the way we're going to do that is by going to this right here. So right here, we just add finally. So if everything is resolved, we set the loading back to false. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to refresh and repeat the whole process again. And we're still getting it. So I think, did we do it in the wrong one? Okay, so I think we did it to the wrong one. So it ought to be here. So it's supposed to be finally like so. And we save. So if I refresh now, we shouldn't get that issue anymore. So I'll enter my mail one more time and say send reset password. You can see now that that's gone. So I'll enter my mail again. This is it right here. So I'll copy it and paste it right here. So click on reset password now. You can see that password reset successfully, and the reason why that error you just saw came up was I was hitting the button multiple times, but we are now signed in. Alright guys, so that's the size of the video. I hope you found it helpful and useful in your own project. Do well to leave a like, comment and share, and see you in the next video.